Hello, all you beautiful, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode of The Answers. And you know what? Today, when I record, this is the episode 52. Can you imagine? Can you believe that? I have been doing this episode for 1 year. We have a 1 year celebration. I'm so proud. I'm so happy. This community, The Answers, is here because of you, all your listeners, all as new. I'm it's just such a bless. I don't know what words I can use to express my gratefulness that you all have been doing this with me for such a long time as a year. And now we are entering year two, and now we will double the numbers. That's my goal here. This episode, no, this podcast, sorry, this podcast is downloaded in 18 countries. It's all over the world, all over. So let's double that numbers and spread it. So spread the word, talk to your friends, spread the podcast, keep on emailing me, keep on commenting, keep on interacting with me. I always answer you. And if you need a coach, I work as a dating and relationship coach. If you need coaching, just reach out to me and I will be happy to help you. So I remember also for 1 year ago when I started this podcast, I was thinking, how can I voice myself more? How can I reach out to more people? How can my voice and how can I inspire people more to grow and to heal and to realize that they are worthy of all the love in the world, the best love, the best version of love to themselves and to others. And we come from attachment styles, we come from codings, we come from false beliefs, also from society, not only from codings, from attachment styles, also from the society, right? So we come from all of this, and this is have been my passion, my fire, my heart, my soul, to reach out to you so that you can grow and to inspire you. And I hope I'm doing this through this podcast. Also, now I'm actually recording it so that you can look at it and see it on YouTube. So I have both podcast voice, and now also I am recording when I am speaking, so that you also can see it on YouTube if you would like to watch instead of just listen. So we are growing here. And of course, today I want to talk about something that is the core of all the episodes, the core of the meaning why I even started this podcast. And that's nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. It's the core of everything that we're talking about here, right? So when I say there is nothing wrong with me, or that there's nothing wrong with you, I know that, how can I say it? I know that a part of you immediately would think she's wrong. There is something wrong with me. I know that you immediately now would want to argue with that. There is a protest in you when I say there is nothing wrong with you, because I know that for many of you listening, you will go to facts. And a part of you that start listening will now think immediately on everything that didn't work out in life, every rejection, every time someone pulled away, and every moment that you felt that you were too much or too little or not enough. I know that your mind is going there, but I really hope that you will stay with me, stick with me, even though I know that's the feeling, but that is also a part of the growing, right? The part of the healing here, to sit with that feeling. So sit with it. And again, there is nothing and nothing wrong with you, no matter rejection, no matter where you are at. All right? This is from outside and in. This is projected. Sometimes you're self-sabotaging, but there is nothing wrong with you. All right? Because this episode now, it is not about convincing your mind. It's about releasing belief that you have been carrying for so long. Let me repeat that. It is not about convincing your mind. It is about releasing a belief that you have been carrying for way too long. So let's release it. Are you with me in this? Let's release old beliefs and start in the now. Let's do a reset. Let's go to the now. Okay? So take a deep breath with me. Why don't we do that? We take a deep breath together, okay? Then we start. So be with me. Ah, it's so nice always to take a deep breath. It's like a refresh. It's like a, right? It's like something's happening. No one, and no one is born thinking there is something wrong with them. That belief is learned. It is built slowly, quietly, through experiences. It is built through misunderstood, feeling misunderstood, misunderstandings, through being left, being compared, being loved inconsistently. The mind, especially when it doesn't understand pain, tries to make some kind of sense out of it. We're trying to understand what is happening because that is what we do when we want to understand the pain, and we don't understand the pain. We feel the pain, and it's hard when we don't really feel it and understand it. So the brain now tries to make sense out of it. So instead of saying they couldn't meet me, that was not aligned, they didn't have the capacity, you have learned now to say, what is wrong with me? What did I do? What did I do that projected this on them? What did I do wrong so they left me? What did I do wrong so that they acted like this or spoke like this or got angry like this? Or when someone leaves you or gets sour, what is wrong with me? All right. But you heard also what would happen if you would say, they couldn't meet me. That was not aligned. They didn't have the capacity. All right. Maybe they are emotionally unavailable. Maybe it's not you, but even if they are emotionally not available, you are still the one accepting it. So it's nothing wrong with you. You just need to change your pattern. Let's make a example so that you really can, relate to this. Think about a time when someone pulled away from you. Think about a time when someone pulled away from you. Maybe they became distant. Maybe they stopped. Maybe they stopped choosing you the way the ones did. There is a shift here. There is a shift here. They stopped choosing you the way they did. We have a change of pattern here. Now, did your mind go, they are emotional, unavailable, we are not compatible, or anything in that arena? Or did it go, did I do something wrong? Was I too much? Was I not enough at all? Did he or she ever love me? That right there is conditioning. This is conditioning. So what did you feel? What did you feel in those situations or that time? Yeah. I want you to reflect now. When did you first questioning your worth? When did it start? Because, when we heal and when we shift and change, we need to go to the core where it first started. Not to, talk about the event itself over and over and over, because that is not so interesting. You just need to identify it. You identify the event, you take the feeling you got from the event, and now that feeling, that is the healing feeling. This is what needs to be healed. This is where you take you back your truth or shift your self-sabotaging. And even if you do self-sabotage, there is nothing wrong with you. This is still a pattern. Okay. So when did you first start questioning your worth? Was it really your truth or something you have learned to believe? Was it really your truth or was it something that you have been learning to believe from someone, from a situation or anything? There is a shift that we can do, and this is like misalignment versus rejection. And here is the shift that can change everything. Not every connection that ends is a rejection. Sometimes it's simply misalignment. That is why we say rejection is a kind of redirection, all right? So this is where the big shift is now happening. Two people can care about each other and still not be right for each other. Always when I have my clients, they think that Just because there is love, it needs to be right. But we also have compatibility, and we also have the attachment style, and we also have the being emotional available. Okay. So even if the love is there, you can love so much, it still doesn't have to be right. And there is nothing wrong with you. Two people can feel something real and still not be able to sustain it, right? And when that happens, it doesn't mean that one person is broken. It can happen, it can be that one person is broken, but it doesn't have to be. It means something was not aligned. Timing, capacity, or emotional depth. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe the timing was just not aligned. The capacity was not aligned. You need to be able to hold love. What if the person loves you but cannot hold love? They push you away in any kind of way. So there is so much into this that has nothing to do with you being wrong. I hope you can see that. You can be deeply, we take a life example here, just one more time. You can be deeply in communication. You love communication. And you can meet someone who avoids emotion. What is happening now? We have two different levels here. You, very good in communication. You meet someone that has no clue and avoids emotion. What is happening here? Is there something wrong? No, it's not aligned. It's not aligned. You can be ready for commitment, and someone that you're meeting is still trying to figure out themselves. Is there something wrong with you? No, it's a misalignment. You can be open, loving, present, and still not be met. So, not because you are wrong, but because they can't. They can't meet you. You need to look at the whole picture, and you need to look at all the colors and what you really are seeing. And if someone is not emotionally available, it is not something wrong with you, but it can be self-sabotaging if you attract that over and over and over. Then you need to go back to yourself thinking, why do I attract emotionally available people? It's just not aligned. I have clients, they have been singles for so many years. They are not even getting a date, and they think there is something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with them. Actually, absolutely not. There is nothing wrong with you if you are single and you're trying to get a relationship. No, it is not aligned. It's not aligned. But when you go into the trust and you know that you can hold love and you're worthy of love, I promise you, things will shift. Things will shift. Now, do a reflection. Have you been calling something rejection that was actually a misalignment? What is it that you thought when you were rejected? Yeah? Was it you or was it a misalignment? What happened here? What if it was never about your worth in the first place? This is also something that we people often think. We think that we're universal, that everything is about us, right? It doesn't have to be. So even if I approach someone now in the supermarket and I want to, maybe I find them in a high, beautiful energy, I want to ask them out or approach them and talk to them, and I get rejected, right? I think it's something wrong with me, but maybe they had a bad day. They really don't want to talk to anyone, or I don't know anything about that person's story. So how can I now think that their behavior, their rejection is about me? It can be, it doesn't always is that way. Sorry, I just need to drink a little bit of water. This is speaking for 30 minutes, for 30 minutes, Okay, so how do you start to make yourself wrong? Where did it start? Where is the core in this? Would you we go a little bit deeper now? So be with me, stay with me. This pattern of making yourself wrong doesn't happen in one moment. It happens in layers. And at first, it's subtle. Okay, it shows subtle. A small doubt, a question in your mind, a moment where you think maybe I should have said that, or maybe I should have said this differently. And then it becomes a habit. It starts subtle, and then it becomes a habit, right? You start reviewing your words after you have had a conversation. You replay it in your mind, thinking, I could have done it like that. Did I say it correct? You know, every moment is a replay in your mind now after any conversation, analyzing tone, timing, reactions, and over time, without even realizing it, your shift from being yourself, you will shift it to managing yourself. So being yourself is no longer authentic for you. It's no longer the normal for you. The way that you want to be. You're not trying to manage yourself. And managing how you come across, managing how you feel, managing how much you reveal. And the deeper cost of this, you slowly, slowly disconnect from your natural way of being. At the end of the day, you don't even know who you are. You are disconnecting from your natural way of being. Everything now is really just to manage how you reveal and how they look at you. This becomes your purpose. But where are you? I get clients, they say to me, how can I be more liked? What can I do on dates so that they will choose me? How can I make them choose me? And I'm like, what? What? How can I be so that they choose me? Can you hear that sentence? That is you shrinking yourself to be chosen. But if you are yourself, this is a kind of a mask. This is because this behavior, I change this, I do like that, I sugar it in. I try to text this way, then maybe I get an answer. Oh no, I try to text that way, then maybe I get an answer. There is a huge difference of growing as a person and doing like a touch-ups, if you are self-sabotaging. But this is shrinking yourself. Okay, so we do a life example. Imagine you feel something deeply in a moment, maybe hurt, maybe confusion, maybe a need for clarity, and your first instinct now is to express it honestly. You just want to speak it out, you want to voice it. But then a second voice comes in. Don't say that. You scare them away. Just be chill. And so you override yourself now, right? Not because it feels right, but because it feels safer. And every time you do that, you teach yourself that your natural response is too much or not acceptable. It even hurts me when I say this. It hurts me when I'm speaking like this. Because how you speak to yourself, that is put down in the subconscious. And that is who you become. That is who you become. And then you meet people, but this will be projected in your energy. There is a block here. If you can't give it to yourself, they can't give it to you. And you think, oh, that's a cliche, but it's not a cliche. Because words are words, but energy are energy. And we read energies, okay? We see that in people. We see that in you. So you need to start with yourself. You really do. The deeper truth here, you didn't become someone who, how can I say it? You don't become an overthinker overnight. You become someone who learned that being fully yourself came with a risk. And then you adapted to that. And an adaptation is not a weakness. It can never be a weakness. It is intelligence. It's quite the opposite. It is intelligence. But what once protected you can now limit you. The body and the nervous system is doing all of this to protect you. Yes, because nervous system goes for familiarity. And if there is any threat, the nervous system tries to protect you. So this is like when you teach the nervous system that being fully yourself comes with a risk, yeah, then the nervous system will try to protect you being not yourself. And that adoption is definitely not a weakness. No, it's intelligence once again. But what once protected you can later limit you. Let that sink in. What once protected you can now limit you. Why? Yeah, intelligence. Nervous system is intelligent. Don't underestimate nervous system. Reflection now. When you feel that urge to hold back, not to be fully yourself, what are you afraid that will happen? What are you afraid will happen if you do not hold back? What's the first thing that comes to your mind now? First thing, I want you to feel it. When you feel the urge to hold back, what are you afraid will happen if you do not? Now, boom, first expression, first feeling you get. Write it down, write it down. Even if you're listening through your phone, write it down. The first feeling, this is the feeling that comes from different events. This is the feeling that you need to heal, right? Okay, so is that fear-based or is that present reality? What do you think? Or is it maybe past experience? What do you think? Fear-based, present, or is it past experience? Now reflect on that, feel it. The goal here is not to judge yourself in this pattern. The goal is to notice it in real time, to catch the moment where you are about to abandon yourself and gently, gently choose something different. Not perfectly, not at all at once, but consciously, because self-worth is not built by feeling fear. It is built by choosing yourself, even when fear is present. Self-worth is built by never by feeling fear. It is built by choosing yourself, even when fear is present. Trusting yourself inside and out, not outside and in. There is nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you. You were also never too much, or you were never too less. Let's release this one together. Can we do that once and for all? You were not too much. You were just expressing yourself in a space that couldn't hold you. Your depth, your love, your presence, your emotions, they were never there. The problem, the environment was the problem. The pack was the problem, right? You were never too much. You can never be too much for people who loves you. So being too much, being too less, yes, of course, for certain people you are. Of course, but find your pack. There is nothing wrong with you. Once again, how can I say? A flower doesn't question itself when it grows, right? It doesn't question itself when it doesn't grow in the wrong soil. Yeah, okay, let me do it again. Let me do it again. A flower doesn't question itself when it doesn't grow in the wrong soil. True. True or not? It's true, right? It doesn't say, what is wrong with me? Why don't I grow? It is simply, it doesn't thrive there. And when it's placed in the right environment, it blooms naturally. Not forcing, no shrinking, just being, right? The environment is so important. This is also the energy where you live, where you are, the outer circle. Who is the outer circle? What is the outer circle doing to impact you? There is nothing wrong with you. Look over your circle and where you're at in life. Maybe you need to shift and change something. All right? That can be one thing. What if you are not too much, but just not in the right space? Reflect on that. What if you are not too much, you're just not in the right space? When and where in life do you actually feel safe to be fully yourself? Yeah? Where in your life do you actually feel safe to be fully yourself? Where is that? Go now inside, deep, deep, deep inside. Where are you? You fully yourself. And now take out the wind in that, the energy. So healing is not about fixing yourself. It's about coming back to who you were before starting believing that you were the problem. It is coming home to yourself. It's not like it's about changing you. Before the overthinking, before the self-doubt, before the need to be chosen. You don't need to become someone new to be loved. You need to become more honest about who you are already. And to trust that the right people won't require you to edit yourself. It's a huge difference to edit yourself than to grow. That's not even the same thing. Growing and editing. We're not editing. No, we're healing, we're growing, we're coming back to ourselves. So think about someone in life and let's say where you feel at ease, when you're with someone and you feel like, this is where I'm home, where you don't overthink every single word, where you don't feel like you are too much, that feeling that you are wrong, that is what alignment feels like. Exactly in those places, that is alignment, not anxiety, not confusion, ease. But also reflect why you don't feel it with someone else. What is happening here? A lot of reflections in this episode. I'm trying to put down 52 episodes, no, 51 episodes in the episode 52 to just take the core of every episode that we have been doing here, and that is there is nothing wrong with you. I want you to reflect now who you are. No, like this. Who are you when you're not trying to be liked? Who are you when you are not trying to be liked? What does the real you feel like? What does the real you like? What does it feel like to be you? Just you. Not to be liked, just to feel that you are you. Not to be told, do this, do this. To be you, to bloom as you. To get what you deserve, to be in the energies where you are blooming, where you are voiced with respect, of course. Now look at your life. Yeah. Can I hear your voice? Are you the blooming here? Are you in the right environment? Are you in the right energy? What is blocking you? Or you may be in the right environment and you are the one blocking yourself, or can it be that environment is blocking you? So this is a huge reflection for you to go back into the new, to the now. We're always in the now. And again, there is nothing wrong with you. Okay, so here's the truth. You can grow, you can evolve, you can take responsibility for your patterns. That is also really important without making yourself wrong. You see where I'm coming at here. You can take full responsibility, but you don't need to make you wrong for that. You are allowed to improve your life without carrying shame or shame about who you have been, shame about your past. Maybe it's not even yours. Maybe it's projected from someone else. Maybe it's a story being told to you. And even when we do mistakes, even when we do things that feels not right, don't carry that with shame. Other people's instability to love you properly is not evidence that you are hard to love. It's just, this is their journey, their energy. I have been saying that in so many episodes. Do not mix up their energy with your energies. Okay? So, reflection again. What truth about yourself have you been denying to avoid pain? What if that truth is exactly what makes you whole? Exactly what you have been denying about yourself. What if that is what makes you whole? What is it that you deny about yourself? Can you reflect on that? Who are you when you stop denying? Whose word is it? Is it yours or theirs? Yeah. This is how you bloom. This is how you bloom. Self-esteem. When it comes to self-esteem, it's difficult because we have self-confidence, we have self-esteem, and many of my clients, they ask me the difference, self-esteem and self-confidence. And self-confidence, we can actually fake, we can actually act it, but we can never do that with self-esteem because self-esteem comes from the soul. But sometimes it's placed with shame, and shame is always and always a feeling that is placed in your soul. Maybe guilt, maybe it's you. Maybe you done something or missed a meeting, or maybe you spoke to someone incorrectly. Okay, guilt. You apologize, right? You make an apologize. But shame is placed in you. It's a story from someone else. It's someone else that projects it in you. It can be from attachment, from childhood. It can also be from previous relationships or different situations. But shame is deep. It's stuck in the soul. Stuck in the soul. So we need to now take the shame out. Guilt is fine. Even if we go to the gaslight and the narcissist, of course, guilt is not okay. But I'm not going there in this episode. Guilt is something different. It's easier to comprehend, while shame is always placed. That is always someone else's voice. Okay, so many believe that self-esteem comes from confidence, and achievements and appearance and validation. But that is fragile because real self-esteem comes also from self-trust. So self-esteem is not something you are born with fully formed like a formula. It is built slowly through repeated experiences, through the way you are treated, and most importantly through how you treat yourself. Because if you have, let's say you are planting something in earth, you can plant anything you want in the earth, right? And that needs to grow. That has to be, adjusting to what you are planting there. So I can plant something bad and I can plant something beautiful like a flower. The earth just needs to suck it up, to be honest, and to take that. And it's exactly the same what you are doing with consciousness and unconsciousness. You are planting a seed, right? You're becoming that. But not only it has to be you planting it, it can also be someone else that plants it, and then you plant it yourself because it's projection. You don't know anything else. Just a metaphor. So it can be, self-esteem can be formed and planted now in moments like saying what you feel. No, we do like this. I'm doing this differently. I'm so sorry. I'm going to change this. We do like this. This is how you can shift it. Let's go from there instead. How you can shift it when you are in a bad self-esteem. You can do it through saying what you feel, even when you feel uncomfortable. Walking away when something doesn't feel right. Okay? Honoring your needs and choosing yourself, even if it means losing someone else. And when I say losing someone else, you can basically not lose someone because if it's not supposed to be there, it's not supposed to be there. It's a win, but it can hurt. Okay. So to make a shift and to choose yourself over someone else or a circle, that is how you grow. That is how you build self-esteem. You say yes, you say no. You need to learn that. Every time you do that, you send yourself a message. I am someone who listens to myself. I am someone who matters. And slowly, 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 that becomes your foundation. So let's make a life example again. Compare two people now. One constantly seeks reassurance, overthinks, and based worth on others' responses. You base your worth on others' responses. This is the one person. The other one feels fear but chooses honesty, sets boundaries, and walks away when it's needed. And over time now, the second person builds self-esteem, not because they are perfect, but because they are in alignment with themselves. You see how I'm coming back to the beautiful word, alignment. Two people need to be aligned. You need to be aligned with yourself, first and foremost. So when you listen to this, do you trust yourself to make decisions that honor you? Or do you override your own needs to keep others comfortable? Where are you at? What's your first reaction? Do you trust yourself to make decisions that honors you? Or do you override your own needs to keep others comfortable? So many reflections always to think about. When I do all of these kinds of reflections to myself, I sometimes get like, oh wow, how can I navigate like that? Why am I in fear? What's my fear about? To lose? To sugar someone in that really doesn't really want to be there? And on and on and on. So self-reflection is so valuable to heal this. So hidden ways now, how low self-esteem shows up. Maybe you recognize yourself in this. Let's look at that a little bit. Low self-esteem is often very subtle, right? It looks like overgiving, over-explaining, staying too long, yeah, needing constant reassurance, fearing being too much, and tolerating inconsistency. You see, low self-esteem is breadcrumbing. Low self-esteem is not thinking you are worthless. It is treating yourself as if you are. And this is the hookup here. It is not like thinking, oh, you are worthless. It's just treating yourself as if you were. Yeah, the mind is not speaking to the soul here. We have two different sides here. The mind thinks everything is okay. The nervous system is putting you there, but you treat yourself as you are worthless. It is treating yourself as you cannot be loved who you are. Yeah, that you need to adjust to be loved. Healing now. Healing is about changing how you show up for yourself in real moments, in real life. How do you show up for yourself? So, life example here would you say you deserve better, but you respond anyway. So you say to yourself, I deserve better. This is not what I deserve. You know, when you get that text and you know, that person has been ghosting me for 5 days, or that person is inconsistent, I deserve better, or anything else. And you know it, you say it to yourself, I deserve better. Yet, what? You respond anyway. And of course, you can respond, but you can also respond with a no, thank you, or you know what, I don't think we are aligned. We want different things, no matter in what arena you are in life. So you're telling your mind something, but you act in a different way. You say you want consistency, but you accept confusion. You say you value yourself, but you stay where you feel unsure. This is a pattern. This is not a failure. And it can be changed, gently, gently, and over time. There is a shift here. Actually, it can be shifted in a minute also. Everything, we have a different level here, a different journey here. Sometimes it can be really fast shift. Something happens and you shift immediately. But think about what's happening in your mind versus how you actually act. Words are just words. You keep, you're telling boundaries. What is a boundary without an action take? If you say to yourself, I'm worthy of more, you really need to act on it also. Otherwise, the words becomes empty. So your subconscious now gets an emptiness. What do the subconscious do? And the nervous system puts you right back to protection, because being yourself is a risk. All right? Now, where are your actions matching your worth? Not your worth, your worth. Where are your actions matching your worth? What would it look like to act like someone who truly, truly values themselves? How would that look like for you? If you valued yourself, do you get fear? Do you feel free? When I listen to those words, I feel free. I feel, whew. But I also feel a little bit, then I will miss out on this and that. And that is not missing out, right? It is not. So now let's rebuild yourself. Yeah, let's take this episode to rebuilding self-esteem. And this is like actually, this is practical. Let's make it practical. Let's make it grounded and real, because self-esteem is not built in big. It is not built in dramatic moments. It is built in small, small, repeated choices. Small ones. It needs to be frequent, consistent, all right, repeated. So this is how you begin. You keep small promises to yourself. If you say that you will rest, then you rest. If you say that you will speak, then you speak. If you say you will leave, you leave. Self-esteem grows when your words and actions are aligned. Stop negotiating your boundaries. Every time you ignore a boundary, every single time, you will weaken your self-trust. And every time you honor one, you will strengthen it. We want to strengthen it, don't we? Let people be uncomfortable with your truth. You are not here to be easy handled. You are here to be real. Notice your inner dialogue. What is happening inside of you? Would you speak to someone you love the way you speak to yourself? Would you do that? If not, it is time to change it. It is time to change your voice. Choose environments that reflect your worth. You cannot build strong self-esteem in spaces that constantly makes you question your worth. It's just not possible. So now, what is one small promise that you can start keeping already today? Let's do it already today. What can you do? Okay? You can have a pattern here, but you are still not broken. I said it so many times now in this episode. I hope that you can feel it in your soul. Like really, you can have patterns, no matter self-sabotage or fear, you are avoidant or you cannot hold love, but you are still not broken. You can have wounds and still be whole. Healing is not about awareness. Aware of where you abandon yourself, yes, where you silenced yourself, where you settled, and then gently, gently now choose differently again and again and again. And now we are rebuilding you. Okay? You can do this. I know you can. I have 100% trust in you. 100% trust in you that you can do this. I want to take you now to a little bit of a spiritual understanding because nothing about you is a mistake. How can it be? Then you would say that creator makes mistake. All right? Nothing about you is a mistake. Let's go a little bit spiritual in this. Every experience has a lesson, a mirror, a divine purpose. Pain, betrayal, or abandonment are not punishments. They are guiders. They're messengers, guiders. You may feel lost, confused, unseen, but you're always seen. You're always guided. You're always whole. Viewing life like this, it releases blame and it releases resentment. It honors your journey in its sacred timing. Life has never been against you, only leading you deeper into alignment with your own truth. Mm. Your soul does not make mistakes. No. Every relationship, every heartbreak, every pursued failure has been a secret and sacred teacher. Can you see that? Everything is a teacher to you. So if you are repeating your patterns, you're still whole. You're just being shown the repeated pattern so that you really can be your best self and grow. There is no mistakes. So even when it felt so unfair and when it felt too much to you, these experiences was a part of your spiritual unfolding. Trust that what feels like loss is often a realignment of energy, a redirecting of your path to match your highest good, right? Your pain has not been wasted. Your struggles are not punishments. They are the universe creator showing you where you are meant to grow and to expand and to release. Yeah, embrace that. It's guidance. When you embrace that, you start to release self-judgment. You're not so hard on yourself anymore because now you know it's just teaching you. You see your journey as a intentional, guided, and purposeful. There is a purpose here. There is always a purpose here. You no longer need to fix yourself to be worthy. You simply need to honor your unfolding. And I love that word. We are unfolding. If you hold that word, you are unfolding. Isn't it beautiful? It's like surfing on a wave somehow. You're in the transit. I love to unfold. I know even if it's painful, I know it's me unfolding to be the best version, to get the best. Yeah. There is always a reason. There is no mistake. So let's do some spiritual reflections here. How would your life shift if you fully trusted that every challenge that you have has a divine purpose? What if every heartbreak, every disappointment, every not enough was actually a teacher helping you stepping into your wholeness? Can you feel your own soul's guidance, quiet yet unwavering in this very moment? Can you feel your own soul guidance, quiet yet unwavering in you in this very moment? Can you feel it? Allow yourself to connect with that deeper knowing. Feel the sense of being seen, supported, and divinely guided. And now let this awareness bring a profound peace and trust in your path. There is nothing wrong with you. Okay, now let's end this episode with affirmations. You know, this is my favorite part, the affirmations, because now we can reconnect to everything that we have been talking about in this episode. And trust me, there is no mistake. Yeah, you just need now to be in your alignment, inside and out, not outside and in. And slowly we are rebuilding your self-esteem, your choices, your choices, your choices. Okay. Deep breath. There is nothing wrong with me. I release the need to make myself smaller to be loved. I am allowed to take up space emotionally and energetically. I trust that the right people will meet me where I am. I no longer confuse misalignment with rejection. I honor my needs instead of hiding them. I am worthy of consistent, safe, and mutual love. I choose environments where I can be fully myself. I trust myself more than I question myself. I am not too much. I am deeply aligned with who I am becoming. So I want you this time to stay a little bit longer for a moment. Feel your body, your breath, your presence. Know that you are whole, you are enough, you are exactly as you are meant to be. No rushing, no changing, just you, fully, perfectly, exactly. You do not need to fix yourself. You just need to stop believe that you are broken. Take this truth into your day now, into your connections, into your self-love practices, and let that be enough. There is nothing wrong with you. Thank you for being with me in this episode. And if you want to contact me, you can do so on my email, info@janettewienberg.se, or all over the social media with my name, Janette Wienberg. So until next week, Wednesday, when I release the next episode, stay true to yourself, take care of yourself, have the best week, and with lots of love from me to you.